Would I want to be in an SUV over this 911 Dakar? No, I wouldn't. It's just so much fun. My God, I'm driving over sand dunes in a 911. Hey guys, welcome back to SG Carmart Reviews. So, that is the Sahara Desert. So why am I here in Morocco getting sunburned in the world's biggest dry desert? Well, it's because Porsche has decided that this is the perfect place to launch this car, the new 911 Dakar. This is the 911 Dakar. I think one of the strangest and most unique cars you'll ever see. This is a proper off-road sports car, which you might think is a little bit crazy that Porsche's making something like that, right? Except, well, that's not quite true, because actually back in '84, Porsche made something called the 953. So that was a modified 911 made specifically to go take part in the 1984 Paris Dakar Rally, and Porsche actually won that rally. So as the name would suggest, the 911 Dakar, this car obviously pays tribute to that car. But you know, this is more than just some fancy paint job. You know, this is a proper full-on car designed to go off-road. So let's quickly talk about some of the things that make this car a real off-road vehicle, right? There are some very obvious things. You have these red aluminium toe lugs, and you have all these protective elements. So these are all stainless steel and, you know, meant to protect the car. And if we slide over to the side, we have these special tires. So these are tires designed specifically for this particular model. But perhaps most significantly, as you can probably tell from the space over here, this car has been raised by 50 mm from standard, and it has an additional lifter system that can raise it an additional 30 mm. There is also an optional roof rack with the option of a roof tent as well. Inside the 911 Dakar, it is a very familiar 911 space, right? This is pretty much your standard 911. Of course, there are some unique touches. So we have some 911 Dakar badging, we have, you know, some blue contrasting stitching, and this gets the additional rally sport package. So you have a roll cage, we have these full carbon seats. It's, you know, it's a pimped up 911. That's what you kind of expect from a car like that. But you know, beyond that, it is a familiar space, and it's a very, very nice car. But enough of standing around this car, let's get in and drive it. Okay, so we're now going fully off-road, right? So we're gonna climb some sand dunes, and the car is in its off-road setting. So race ride high, you know, maximum traction, that's what you want, you know, four-wheel drive, so the power is split equally between the front and the back. And let's go climb some dunes. Oof. One of the most impressive things about this car is just the way it's able to find so much grip. I mean, look, that's just sand, right? I'm just driving in the middle of the Sahara Desert, and I think it's partially down to those tires. So these are special Pirelli, you know, Scorpion all-terrain plus tires, so specially developed for this particular car. Look, big slide, full lock, and we're back. For lack of a better way of putting it, it feels very predictable. It goes where you want it to go. You know, you just point it, put your foot down, you know, and it's almost shocking how easy this car makes it. Because it just goes where you want it to go. You know, you just turn the steering, it goes left, turn the steering, go right. You don't feel like you're fighting the car very much. And I think that's what feels so deeply impressive about this car. My God, I'm having so much fun, and this is just This is crazy! Like, look at this! I'm doing 45 over a sand dune in a 911. So day 2 back in the 911 Dakar, and it's been quite a morning. So we've been going over dunes again earlier this morning, and my god, this car is so fun and so capable. And you know, I think it's very impressive how it's able to just tackle those terrain. And also this car is tough, right? So I've been, let's say, a little bit less than kind to this car, and I may or may not have put a not small dent in the front of the car, but it's still going, it feels completely alright, you know, nothing feels out of whack, and it's tough, right? This car can take a beating. Some concluding thoughts on the 911 Dakar. As an off-road sports car, it's convincing, you know, it's well built, it's well designed. The off-road elements really work, right? It really can tackle sort of rough terrain, and you know, I think that's really a testament to the engineering that's gone into this. It's really top-notch and it's really quality. And yet, you know, it still feels like 911, right? I'm now driving on tarmac, we're doing 115, and it feels familiar. It feels like a 911. It drives well, it rides quite well, and it still sounds like a 911. We also have to recognize and acknowledge this for the product that it is, because this 911 Dakar was designed from the get-go as a limited edition model, so only 2,500 units will be made worldwide. And even given the quite high asking price, you know, in Singapore it's going to be $1 million minimum, I think this car will still sell out if it's not already sold out. Considering the limited edition status of this car, of course it's going to be something of a collector's item, right? I don't think many of the actual 911 Dakars that get made will really be out there. And it's a little bit of a pity because this car is so capable of doing that. But I think it makes me very happy, and I think it's a very delightful thing to know that such a car exists and it can do everything that it set out to do, right? It says, I want to go off-road, I want to tackle rough terrain, and it does all of that with sheer aplomb. This 911 Dakar is a little bit sentimental for the brand, and it's a fantastic marketing tool. But let's not lose sight of the fact that it's also a fantastically designed and built car, right? Porsche didn't need to make a car like that, but they wanted to, and they did, right? You can really feel, like, you know, talking to some of the engineers, some of the people behind this project, you can feel the passion that went to it. They really have been wanting to make this car, this particular version of the 911 for so long, and now they've finally done it. There's so much work that has gone to it, and the result is a car that is truly quite fantastic. You know, who says the Germans can't have fun? This car is really fun, right? I mean, it's crazy to think about it, it's really wild, but now I can say that some of the most fun I've ever had driving has been driving a 911 on off-road tires across the Saharan desert. Who would have thunk it? Thanks for watching. Do remember to like, share and subscribe to our channel, especially those of you watching who aren't yet subscribed. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you will be alerted of all our upcoming videos. And of course, we're on TikTok, so follow us on TikTok. You can see more behind the scenes of my drive here in Morocco. That's it. That's all I have for Morocco. I'll see you back in Singapore. Bye! Okay, settle, finish.
How was that?
Good fun. Okay, yeah, I actually forgot to walk. Sorry? Power! Oh! This...